interviewed outside here. Just a brief interview about your experience of working in these teams. So each team just get us one representative, and the media team will be out here. Just a small brief interview about your experience working in the groups that you are working in. So just nominate that person and send them outside to the photo booth. Yes, let us keep working in our teams. The presentations on what we are doing in our teams will start immediately after our tea break. After our tea break, that will be in about 30 minutes. That is when we'll be presenting. And also, as a member in your team is being interviewed outside, there will be another camera on your table collaborating what your member is saying outside. So don't worry if you see a cameraman moving around. Most probably your team member will be speaking out at the photo booth. So let's keep working, let's keep working.
Okay, thank you very much who is watching us live on Creative Digital Media. We are coming to you live from Las Vegas Hotel here. But it's a very cool morning in case you're following. What brings us here is actually what you read down on the screen. This is the second AI for Health Symposium 2025. I would want to call it the first of its kind, but at least we had one last year, and this very year we are back. And what would be another place to have that running apart from Mbarara University of Science and Technology, which we believe is fundamental technology in Uganda? And what will you be able to talk about technology right now? If you're actually not talking about artificial intelligence, but what is the largest pain of an African, and maybe as that a Ugandan, is going to be health, artificial intelligence. Do we? And for the last day here, make this number of experts. What do the Mbarara data science is this brochure that actually these come to life. Now, we've had a number of activities running through the 17th Monday, and we are actually this whole today hackathon day through here. This is of of Science young unity. They are working with them artificial intelligence to be able to interact with them, and they start here with a fine young crew. Join me and we could be able to start. You're welcome. Thank you very much. Let's start with your names and perhaps what you do, and we could be able to dive into the discussion. Yes, later.
Thank you for meeting you.
Yes.
Of Science and Technology for organizing a great event. Just Bachelor of Computer Science. I'm in my year 2. And just so interested and come to attend this event.
Okay. So interested to come and attend this event. I understand you represent some group, something with our brain could be able to within you, and what is for us? Yes.
For teaching us in them, very good. We were able to work with clinical data sets, and so the clinical data set we were given, our team to work with is prediction data collected that someone is having hypertension. Actually, I can say it's hypertension prediction using it.
And how far with how far have we gone?
Yeah, our model is working nice, and the performance, the accurate, which is a great.
Okay, says thank you very much. Talk to us. Picture, your experience, just like you going. We could go to.
Yeah, man. A friend came to get in, but it's nice to live here when you are fed in the brain, and it was a nice experience because I learned a lot about what AI can do. My information about AI was less.
Okay.
But now coming here, I understood how it can be applied in life, using it to understand issues of detecting this. many more stuff. Learned how and actually getting friends interest. So our interest getting friends and also Gondi and learned. They gave us data set. You have to understand. Then how can you play with your data, visualizing your data, then try then train your model and then evaluating the accuracy. Actually, like how do you understand that your AI model is working well, and how do you consider biasness? So there are a lot of experience. If I'm to mention them, it's gonna be, a lot of time to spend talking about the experience.
Okay, thank you very much. And that was Joshua. He gets to be worried about hypertension and what could be able to be done with artificial intelligence to make sure that, for instance, diagnosing, for it. But also Africa at large. And we believe that, of course, different technologies that keep coming across should be able to solve some of these challenges here and there. And such symposiums definitely gives us an opportunity to interact with experts who actually could be able to, craft some solutions that will be able to help, the universe. Allow me to call on another young innovator, participating within this very symposium. And please, you say your names, and we could be able to start it just like that.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Okay.
And I know you're studying. I'm very glad, having symposium.
Let's transfer. Sorry about that. We are coming to you live from the Las Vegas hotel here. Sorry about that glitch, technical glitch that happened a little bit, a few seconds ago. That never lasts, at least with Creative Dicto Media. So we are still at the second AI for Health 2025. We had our first one running last year, and this second one here, we are looking at reimagining artificial intelligence, but also what do we have to worry about biases, for instance, in that line. And before we kind of went off, we were still, talking to a number of young innovators that actually attending this symposium. And just like that, so we dive again into that very one. Say hi to the viewer, and we just start like that.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Mbarara Elvis, a software engineering student at MAST, and I'm in my year 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really happy for this opportunity. I thank the MAST fraternity and the org for wonderful AI symposium.
Okay.
Yeah, it is the second of a kind, and yeah, we have learned a lot. I've actually learned a lot.
Okay.
Leaving alone the classwork I've been doing as a software engineering student.
Okay.
I've got the hands-on during this wonderful symposium.
Thank you. So I understand within the Datathon that we started yesterday, what one, if you could be able to share with the viewer.
Yeah, I'm a group leader.
Yes.
Group 2. And we were given uh, we got a female the male depending
Gets to be, and getting to the thoughts of making sure other worry about, for instance, in diabetes. The gentleman just told us artificial intelligence can actually be able to solve that. Talk about diagnosing, for instance, and all that model. So you could end it with your highlight of the symposium, what you think made it all for yourself, and then you could be able to close it just like that.
yeah, well, the willingness to learn, hands-on practice, and well, I got something, and I suppose to myself, it's not enough. Some of the things were kind of new, though since I didn't have hands-on practice, but now in the future I will, and
Okay. And it's okay. This AI for Health Symposium organized by University of Technology. The second kind. Can we talk to a what does and we start. You've attended this, I think, for the last 2 days. This becomes your third day. What could be the highlight so far from this symposium?
I could say it has been a highlight, but mostly because we have gained hands-on and the practical skills of what we maybe studied in class or heard about. So the highlight of my entire
You belong to a certain group.
and it's like the you know that some of these AIs they develop have actually biased. So it helped me get a wide and broad understanding of how we can help to mitigate bias and maybe develop unbiased artificial intelligence models.
Okay,
Yeah.
You're walking outside the gate here, Las Vegas, and someone asks you whether artificial intelligence can actually solve or, have something that they could be able to change around HIV. We live in Mbarara, and Mbarara apparently gets to be known for that. What would you tell them?
Yeah, I would strongly agree that indeed we're in the digital era, and obviously artificial intelligence is very pivotal in helping us cap down HIV and also increase awareness. Yeah, so it's very important and helpful.
Okay, thank you very much, Priscilla, for allowing to talk to us. Thank you very much. That gets to be our first female participant that is at Las Vegas, attending the symposium, and she just elaborated what they're actually working on. Can we look at models that would actually, kind of help with HIV, but also classification and all these. You are watching Creative Digital Media. We are very, very sorry about the simple glitches that you could be able to meet along the way, but they never last. We are Creative Digital Media. Now we will be able to allow another participant, to share with us exactly what it is about actually at this symposium. You're very welcome, Leo. Say hi to the viewer, and we could start just like that.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Sankara.
Yes.
And, thank you very much, Creative Campus, for covering all this. So I'm Leo Kinyara, the biomedical guys getting hands-on for the 2 days that we've had as last.
Yes,
so there's actually very big guys getting hands-on for the 2 days that we've had as last.
Yes,
so there's actually a very big difference.
Yeah.
And I believe for the third AI symposium, it's going to be great.
Okay. What could be your highlight so far? Your highlight of the symposium?
So the highlight of the symposium started day one with keynotes, specific keynotes from specific speakers from the ministry, but then also from our faculty here,
Yes.
and those from different countries, Ghana, MIT, that's the US, but then also from our professors and doctors within. So we've been working on now the datathon that is looking at how we are going to play around with Modria dataset to create models or to gain insights out of that.
Okay, I understand you belong to a certain group, working out something. Okay.
We have taken up the name Data Bytes.
Okay.
So we've been looking at the Modria, everyone's working on the Modria data set to gain insights out of that. So we're trying to build a model based on the data set for everyone. But for our group particularly, we are looking at the gender-based, we're basing our model's output on gender. That's male and female.
Okay.
And so far we've looked at the distribution of these genders in the data set, and we've noticed that we have more males than the females included, and then we are trying to analyze how many of the males are sick and how many of those are not sick, how many have gotten medication, those that have not gotten medication and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, so we are actually still doing the EDA, that's the exploratory data analysis for now. So we're yet to jump onto the model development, which we are going to do. Just
Okay, so that gets to be very important over there. We actually thought when they presented to us this data set, we thought all was all, and you could be able to tell that the symposium is actually getting to, dive us into some cool insights within this data set. So the research hub at Mbarara University of Science and Technology, focusing particularly on data science. What is the relevancy in your terms? Yes.
So there's so much to it because previously Africa was contributing about 2% of the data globally that is available, especially publicly. So if you train a model based on data from the US, say to classify diabetic retinopathy, which we're actually doing today, that model wouldn't generalize well given to a patient from Africa.
Especially from our local.
Yes. So as put by Professor Leo in one of his keynotes, we say that if you try to bring a model, if you develop a model based on the US data set, that's on the white men, and then you try to move it to the hospitals in Africa, probably there's going to be a drop in accuracy by about 2%. Yeah, it looks to be small, but that's actually very big. We're talking about you're going to misdiagnose, 5 people or anything like that, which is not good. We don't want that to happen.
Yes.
So it's very relevant that as Africa, as Mbarara is trying to do, we need to create our own data sets from within, from our very own people. So then we are sure that when we're building models, actually these are going to generalize well with the Ugandan people, with the African people.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you much. Thank you very, very much, Leo. And we recently heard from the, I would want to call the team lead at the hub, assuring us that actually the focus is not only Western Uganda, but also Africa. And Leo just actually brought it up very, very well. We want to localize every other, data set that we could be able to kind of come up with. Thank you very much, Leo, for accepting to talk to us. You're still watching Creative Digital Media. We are coming to you live from Las Vegas. This is the second AI for Health Symposium. And just like we could be able to say, in case you have any question for any of these innovators, you could be able to drop it on the comment section. We could be able to read that later, and in case you want any innovator to answer any question. For now, we'll be able to welcome another innovator that is actually attending this very, very symposium. Say hi to the viewer, and we started just like that.
Hi, thank you very much. I'm glad that I'm here.
Yes.
I'm called Moses. I'm a final year student in software engineering.
Okay.
And I'm my team leader. That's group 1.
Yeah.
And we are calling it Edge AI.
Edge AI.
Yes.
What is it in full?
That's the name we chose.
Okay,
Yes,
okay, please. Thank you very much, Mose, for that. What could be your highlight of the symposium so far?
Well, I'm grateful that we are having this symposium because leaving alone the theoretical part we've been having
Yes.
in classes, at least it has added hands-on onto different kinds of people. We have connected with different professionals from different disciplines.
Yeah.
So it is really, really building up our...
Okay, so what are you focusing on as a group?
Our group is focusing on gender. We are trying to check the distribution between men and women who are more affected by different kinds of diseases and how that can be mitigated depending on the data being collected from different hospitals.
Okay, did you have an opportunity to attend the last symposium?
No, I didn't have.
Okay, this was your first one. This one came with a new concept around datathon. What would you comment about datathon? I'm sure you actually participated.
Yes, I participated. From my view, I think that we have to implement data science,
yes,
so that we try to mitigate some of the issues that come around with the manual way of doing things, more so in hospitals. AI is trying to accelerate the way we are trying to do things.
Okay, thank you very much, Moses, for allowing to talk to us. And you who is watching us live, we are still, continuing with the second AI for Health Symposium here in Mbarara. It is organized by Mbarara University of Science and Technology Data Research Hub. You need to be able to, kind of search about it or visit the university website. You could be able to get some details about the research hub that only focuses on data science. And where could you actually that be apart from Mbarara University of Science and Technology here in Mbarara? But we've been told that, for instance, the data sets that are being, built here do not only kind of focus on, the Western region, but also Uganda and actually Africa at large. Let's welcome another innovator that is actually attending this symposium here in Mbarara. Please say hi to the viewer. And yes, we could able to start like that. Yes.
Yes. Hi everyone. My name is Geronimo Amanya.
Okay.
I'm a first-year student doing software engineering at Mbarara University of Science and Technology.
Okay.
And I happen to be a group leader of Group 4,
okay,
whom we are focusing on HIV medication,
okay,
as our group work for analysis.
Okay, what is happening therein? HIV and artificial intelligence. What are you working on, for instance, on the web?
Yes, we are trying to integrate the data set they have given us to different analysis that you can check the predictions, the accuracy, building different models depending on the information they have given us.
Okay.
Given the information, you analyze and give the output using your own model.
Okay. So I have a a colleague, for instance, that you meet outside here, and they ask you if artificial intelligence has anything that could be able to, be improved around HIV management, for instance, what would be your answer? Yes.
Yeah, given the fact that artificial intelligence, it's actually artificial,
Yes.
can't be human.
Yes.
The predictions can be 99% accurate, but you can't as well say we have to rely on it so much.
Okay.
You need somewhere, yes, it's artificial intelligence, yes, it's artificial. So somewhere you have to put that thing of mankind, you have to control it somewhere. So that's why in the building of models you have to think about what's on the accuracy. Is it so much accurate? If it's 90% accurate, where is the 10%? Is it of more risk to people? Is it reliable?
Okay. Okay.
So,
Thank you very much for allowing to talk to us. We're going to do a little bit chop so that we could be able to switch back to the main event. Thank you very much for allowing to talk to us. Let's welcome another innovator that is attending at this symposium. Just in case you could be able to wonder what we are focusing on this year, we are looking at whether we need to reimagine artificial intelligence, but also do we need really to worry about some biases that comes with that. And I'm joined by our second lady attending this very symposium. Say hi to the viewer, and we start like that. Yes.
Hello, my name is Bamkunda Joanita.
Yeah.
I'm doing software engineering at Mbarara University of Science and Technology, and I'm happy to be here.
Okay, Joanita, you've been here for the last 2 days. This becomes your third day. What would you say is your take home so far?
Well, my take home is that AI is the future.
Okay.
That's what we have to know. And that it's very applicable in most of the fields,
Okay.
whether banking, whether health, whether crypto, very many, all fields almost, transport, because predictions help us to make plans ahead of us, and then everything will be better with AI.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand you attended the datathon yesterday?
Yes.
Okay. Which group are you?
I'm in group 10.
Okay. What are you focusing on?
We are focusing on hypertension.
And what are you doing with that?
So our task is to classify images that show that a person is hypertensive or non-hypertensive.
Okay.
Yes, and we have tried to use the data set that was given to us.
Yes.
We have explored the data, we have imported the necessary libraries, and then we have also trained and tested our models, waiting for accuracy results and everything.
Okay. You would rate it at what percentage?
Well, it's not so clear,
Okay.
because we have had a bit of a time stretch.
Yes.
So our results are not that accurate.
Okay.
Yes.
Just imagine, you who is viewing us, imagine using a smartphone to be able to kind of diagnose someone with hypertension, and that artificial intelligence seems to be delivering us that way. Thank you very much, Joanita, for allowing to talk to us. Let's welcome another innovator that is attending the symposium at Las Vegas here in Mbarara. Again, just in case you're watching us from wherever you're watching us and you have any question related to how artificial intelligence could actually, improve the health sector, you could be able to drop any question in case you have one for any of these innovators. Please say hi to the viewer and we start just like that. Yes.
Hello, my name is Curtis Victor Mabrizi. I'm a year 2 student doing computer science. And yeah, I'm very happy, excited to be here. It has been a really good experience so far.
Let's talk about that good experience.
Yes.
Why is it good, really?
Actually, I have just started getting the love for data science and machine learning. So exploring all these new ventures, learning the bias, most especially because last sem we had some sort of introduction. We didn't have data actually. We had to create our own data sets.
Okay.
And it was really hard. In order to create an effective model, you have to have a really large data set.
Yes.
We just created a small data set, and we didn't know by then that it was biased. So we are just finding out right now the meaning of bias and all the different aspects.
Okay, so as a Mbarara University of Science and Technology student, you have this hub that focuses only on data science. What would you say is the relevancy of it, and also could you be able to communicate to a student, for instance, that has not utilized this hub?
What I could say really is that data is the new oil, just as one of our speakers said a few days earlier, and we really need to learn to utilize this data, collect it so that we can be able to use it for future predictions. Most especially like our group, we are also doing hypertension as well. Yes. So it is not contagious disease, it's high blood pressure. So we need to find a way of hospitals or any other health facilities collecting data more effectively and in a non-biased way so that we can be able to help people.
Okay, thank you very much, Victor. He says data is actually our new oil. Thank you very much for allowing to talk to us. And that is a student from Mbarara University of Science and Technology telling you that actually the hub, the Mbarara University of Science and Technology Data Science Research Hub is actually very, very relevant there. And he gets to be able to break down for you. I am joined by another young innovator, Comrade Edgar. Please say hi to the viewer and tell us actually what could be your highlight of the symposium so far.
Hi, dear viewers. I'm called Wambale Edgar Kaheru. I'm a fourth-year software engineering student. And it has been a great opportunity for me to participate in the second AI Symposium for Health. And I've been able to know that AI is a very powerful technology that we have currently that is trending, that can help us to do a lot of things, a lot of developments. For example, as we are here, we are dealing with AI into health, and I'm basically working on how someone can be able to use a model that is trained to be able to detect diabetes in someone's eye. Oh wow. Just imagine that as simple as a few clicks and you're able to actually diagnose or detect. We're going to be able to detect. Okay, so let's look at within your just opinion, apart from what you've met here, the data sets that you have around here, what would AI's role around diabetes, for instance, be? If anyone asked you that question, I don't know, what would be your answer? So answering that question is that AI, for example, dealing with diabetes is whereby we're going to be able to have a model that is trained, and this model is going to be able to use images. Of course, as we all know, when they are trying to diagnose if you have, for example, diabetes, we have to take your eye image. So after taking that eye image, you're going to be able to put it into our model and we'll be able to predict if you have or you don't have diabetes in your eye. Okay, thank you very much for allowing to talk to us, Edgar. And we hope that you have some cool take-homes from the symposium. Thank you very much. We've always had a debate, somehow kind of running around whether actually we need to embrace AI within the health sector. Someone, of course, arguing the inaccuracies and whatever, and the young innovators actually trying to paint that whole picture, showing that actually this could be the way to go. Please, let's hear from another young innovator that is attending this symposium. Say hi to the viewer and we start just like that.
Hi viewers, my name is Blessing Tukasima. I am a software engineering student at Mbarara University of Science and Technology, and I'm super excited to be part of this. It's really been a great pleasure to be in this place. I have explored a lot of things that I had never thought about. Okay. So it's a great deal for me. Yes.
Let's dive into just a few of those that you feel like you would actually highlight to say they made you happy with the symposium and the likes. Yes.
Well, we have had several speakers, several experts in different fields that know how to blend health with AI, with technology, and it's been a great pleasure to hear from them, learn from them as they speak to us, tell us how things are done out there from different parts of the globe. So it was a pleasure to hear from them, and then again, having the hands-on experience dealing with we had a data-thon yesterday, dealing with the data, looking at how you can work with data sets, train models, visualize the data, and see how these models can actually do some good work in the health sector. Yeah, so it's been a great pleasure, surely.
We've seen a number of them that came here, they're busy making their making their hands dirty, working on some things. Yes, what could Blessing be working on?
Well, I was working with Team 3 and we were working on HIV. We were looking at HIV medication in relation to other parameters like how the HIV medication influences maybe someone's height, someone's things like that, the BMI and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. That could be a game changer. You know, we come from Mbarara. Mbarara of late has been kind of related to, you know, some HIV prevalence that one wouldn't actually want to relate with. But what could the artificial intelligence be able to kind of deliver? And this is what we're getting from young innovators at Mbarara University of Science and Technology. I am joined by another Joanita. Please say hi to the viewer and we start like that. Yes.
Hello viewers, my name is Nacha Joanita. I'm a biomedical engineering student from Mbarara University of Science and Technology.
Okay, help paint the whole big good picture of this symposium. What could be your take home so far?
Exploring more of AI.
Okay.
And what I've enjoyed here,
yes,
I've enjoyed about like data analysis.
Yeah, you could increase us
and dealing with different people, learning from different students of like how they do their stuff.
Okay, so you go out a changed Joanita. Thank you very much. Let's receive another young innovator attending the second AI for Health Symposium organized by the Mbarara University of Science and Technology Data Science Research Hub. And this one here is the very, very kind of, the first of its kind within the region. And we are looking at, leveraging AI to make sure that the health sector is actually improved, but also not, depending on what we receive as, what one would call foreign kind of data, but could be able to rely locally here and have some local solutions powered by the artificial intelligence. Say hi to the viewer and let's start.
Hello, gallant viewers. My name is Birunji Angela Miriam, and I'm glad to be here at the second AI for Health Symposium. And I hope to have a better time even in the next one. Yeah.
Okay. In the next one, you already switched. Let's first talk about this one here. Did you attend the first one?
Not really, I didn't.
You missed out. But let's now dive into this one here. You sound really passionate about this whole thing. What could be your highlight?
My highlight for this event has been the hands-on practical sessions. I think being someone who is involved in the IT sector, doing software engineering, the first day was not really an interesting part because it really dived with the people that are directly involved in the field of health and all that. So my highlight has been really the hands-on. It really gave me a challenge and at least I know tomorrow I'll be a better data analyst. Maybe by the time I'm back here, I'll be one of the experts.
Let's go hands-on then. What are you actually working on?
Yes. My team is working on data that is connected with diabetes. I believe a few groups have already talked about it, but we're trying to compare ICDR images with the ages, and we are trying to see, train our model to see at what age is someone having a higher chance of getting ICDR, because these are people who have either diabetes or do not have. But we want to see at what age is someone having a very high chance of having the ICDR.
Okay, you finally have a hub that focuses on data science.
Yes.
As a female young innovator at Mbarara University of Science and Technology, how are you prepared to utilize this hub? Or what could be the relevancy of it anyway?
I think this hub is going to be a very big advantage to the health sector, with the advantage of collecting our own data and basing on it to actually give treatment to people out there, because we are trying to collect data that is out there and give it to the health sector, and this data is going to help them to actually mitigate all the different challenges that have been facing them.
Okay, thank you very much for allowing to talk to us. What would the university be for if you cannot be able to actually, for instance, provide that? And she puts it very, very clearly. This hub is actually going to be able to facilitate that, and we would expect that from nowhere else but Mbarara University of Science and Technology. I'm joined by another young innovator that is actually attending this symposium. Please go ahead, say hi to the viewer, tell us your names and dive into the discussion. Yes.
Good afternoon to the viewers. My name is Sandrine Nejesa.
Okay.
I'm a software engineering student, a finalist, and I'm really, really excited to be here. I missed the first opportunity,
okay,
but when the second one came, I had to come.
Okay, you are a finalist. You are about to leave Mbarara University of Science and Technology with a course definitely that you're diving into.
Yes, please.
Artificial intelligence. You meet someone out there and their big question is, can this technology be able to kind of, relieve us from a number of health challenges? What would you be telling them?
I would say yes, because diving into the digital age, we are switching from analog to digital. Most of our systems have to be digitized. Most of our systems have to be included with AI because it's a generating tool that helps us to improve a lot of situations. We can be able to predict diseases, we can be able to use images to see that this person probably could be going through this, has this issue, without even having the necessity of having to first cut them, we're just trying to improve the health sector, improve the systems at large.
Okay. We have seen global kind of attention drawing to a debate that we have a number of people kind of opposing artificial intelligence when it comes to, the health sector, especially medical side. What would be your take on that?
We've had a lot of it, even in the symposium. People have talked about it. First of all, ethically, it, I think, gives the doctors a hard time because you have to give information, and this is patient's information. But we, as the tech people, the software engineers and the developers, need this information to be able to analyze these issues. I believe it's a huge debate, and we're getting a lot of negativity from the doctors, but they're embracing it because they have to embrace it to move with us.
Okay.
We have to embrace technology to move with the technology.
We have to embrace technology to be able to move with this revolution. Thank you very much, Negesa, for allowing to talk to us. Let's welcome our last one here on this very segment who is watching us live. We've been talking to a number of young innovators that are attending the second AI for Health Symposium here at Las Vegas here in Mbarara, but also making sure that the whole country definitely gets to be able to gain from this hub at Mbarara University of Science and Technology. Please say hi to the viewer. Yes.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning into Creative Campus, and good afternoon.
Okay.
My name is Mbarara Ezra, a software engineering student at Mbarara University of Science and Technology.
Okay. Rodney, did you attend the first symposium?
No, I did not. This is my first.
Okay.
And I'm very glad I did.
Okay. Why are you glad? What could be different?
First, I was very happy that we get, as the tech people, as the software engineers, we get to contribute to the policies that govern AI in Uganda, because it helps everyone at large be and benefit from the technologies we are going to build in the future.
Okay, you're approaching it from the policy side. Let's dive into that very one. We have a debate globally that, a number of people trying to oppose us incorporating artificial intelligence in health sector, especially with medication. I'm happy that you're approaching it from the policy side. Where do we stand? What would be your take? Where do we stand with artificial intelligence, getting incorporated within the health sector?
We could incorporate AI into the health sector if the people building the AI work together with the policymakers and work together with the health department in order to build the best product that everyone can benefit from. Because if tech people work alone, the product won't help the health people. And if the health people work alone, they may not get the best tech product. But if we all work together and then we inform the policymakers what we did, we could easily build something that could benefit everyone.
Okay. Finally, what could you be working on? Last night or yesterday, we started with a datathon. Did you participate? What were you working on or something like that?
Yes, I'm participating in a datathon. I'm the team lead for Group 9. with eye images for people with diabetes to correlate between eye diseases and diabetes and see how we could help people with diabetes and get help with their eyes, and also help people with eyes problems get help for diabetes. And then we could also help reduce the diabetes levels in the country by reducing the number of causing factors.
Yes. Thank you very much, Rodney, for allowing to talk to us this afternoon. You who is still watching us live, we are coming to do this very one here. We're coming to you live from Las Vegas Hotel here in Mbarara, and we continue to be able to get to you this event live. But how would we move if you don't listen to one of the organizers, I would say the brains behind the symposium, to help paint the picture how the whole thing is actually been running, but also the relevance. And joining me is Comrade Rogers Mwavu, who is definitely part of this very good team. Say hi to the viewer, Roger.
Hello everyone, my name is Rogers Mwavu, and I'm glad that so many of us have been part of this event, and I'm excited to the opportunity that has been availed to our community, especially the master students, and also the people that are coming in from the various sectors to join us, try to identify some of the challenges and the problems that we are solving within our setting, and also look at the data that we've been collecting for the last 3 years and how we can make sense out of this data.
Okay, I understand we have had a few participants who attended the first one and attending this one, and they're appreciating this one more. I don't know what you could have done different. What could you have incorporated that made this one here different from the first?
Of course, all processes and all processes start with baby steps. So the first one, we're just telling the community what we are doing. We just had a few presentations about the projects that we are working on. But this is year 3. And this is the second symposium. So definitely we've had some data sets that we've collected over time. And we are now showing people what we have and how they can use it. So this time around we had a symposium and also a datathon, hands-on datathon. You've been seeing groups and students talking about what the skills they've gained, and also the opportunity they've had to find out what this data set has, and also find out the outliers within the data set so that they can inform the team, and we'll be in position to improve this. And it's quite something good that you engage the stakeholders to also have a say, so that you can be in position to have something that is that will be actually believed and taken in by all the members that will be using these innovations, and also the research that we are going to disseminate after this. It will have a good it will generalize well, because people will be in position to really understand the data which was used and whatever was done, the entire process. So it's good for members to be part of the system and the process that we are using.
Okay, let's end this one here with a quick one. You kind of highlighted a little bit of what is about to happen immediately after the symposium. We understand it ends this afternoon. You said what could be coming up next, for instance? What are the next steps?
This is now something good. We intend to take on all these groups so that they are part of the hub. We are a research hub, so we want them to build skills in the research, and also we want an end product out of this process. Each group is going to be mentored and also given an opportunity to work with international people, so that we can be in position to come out with good research publications that could promote quality of care and also improve the quality of health within our settings.
Thank you very much. This has been one of the organizers, and of course from the team at the hub, Comrade Rogers Mwavu. Thank you very much for allowing to talk to us this very afternoon. And you who is still watching us live, we are still coming to you live from Las Vegas. We are going to be in a very, very short period switching back to the main event, to being able to see some groups kind of presenting what they've been able to come up with clearly. But before that, let me welcome Dr. Rodrigo here. He's been very, very fundamental. If you watched the first day here, we were live, and we are very, very glad, Doctor, to be able to host you. Please say hi to the viewer, and we start.
Hello, everyone. It's really nice being here. It's an honor.
Okay. Doctor, what could be your highlight? What would you mention about this symposium? How did you find it? And yeah, just for the viewer to appreciate.
I'm actually impressed with the symposium. There's so much talent here, so many people that are eager to learn and that are doing an amazing job building a lot of stuff that can really help AI and medicine in this country and all over the world.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
We understand you could have, because you're one, some of those experts that we had at the symposium, you could have interacted with a number of, workload when it comes to AI for health. What would be the comparison, for instance? Where are we standing? What is the picture you're seeing with Uganda, or particularly this very region, and what could we be still having to do?
I think you guys are actually in a great position. You are leveraging a lot of your talent, a lot of your resources. Yes. And I think all over the world, what we must do is remember that we are doing this to enhance patients' lives, to enhance healthcare, to give people the possibility to have a meaningful life and thrive, right? Okay. And I think what every country should do is remember those values and develop responsible and transparent AI that can benefit all patients.
Okay, so what could be now, because we understand the symposium ends now, this afternoon, we're about to be able to see a number of young innovators, present what they've been able to do, especially with the datathon and the likes. But in your line, what could be next after this?
After this, I think is continuing the capacity building, strengthening the relationships between different areas of expertise. Yes. Keep clinicians collaborating, data science, and social scientists, and everyone that wants to take this responsibility to make a better AI for everyone.
Okay.
But I think you guys are on a great path.
Thank you very much, Doctor, for allowing to share with us this afternoon, and we are glad that you kind of were able to give your expertise within this symposium. And also thank you.
More from you guys than you learned from me, so thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, and welcome. These ones here, of course, support the hub, and you can imagine what we get from such experts who come through to make sure that the Mbarara University of Science and Technology student actually gets the best out of this. Now, the viewer that you are, as you kind of following us live, you could be able to allow me take you through what could be, coming through today. So we still have teams, exploring data, and what follows next, of course, we'll be able to have some of these group presentations from that data exploration. We could be able to hear what they actually came up with in the last few hours that they were presented with these data sets here. And later, we will be able to have some evaluation of the event, but also later we do what we will call matchmaking with a few mentors that we'll be able to have here and there. And we expect Honorable Kabyanga Geoffrey Baluku, Minister of State for ICT and National Guidance, to be able to come around and attend this very one. We hope that will be the closing part of this. But we also will be going for networking immediately after this. And this actually started on a Monday, and this becoming, the very last day of this symposium. You will allow me switch now back to the main event. We will be able to get to see some presentations coming through, and in case you have any question, please just drop it in your comment section. We'll be able to make sure that that gets to whoever you want it to get to. I'll be able to switch back to you, Bright, at the command center, back to the main event. Thank you very much.
Intel Tech, we're waiting for you. Next on deck is Fast and Furious, eh? So you be ready. And if you have a presentation, you can bring it to the people that are casting our presentations here. We clap until they take over the stage. All right.
Good morning, everybody. Intel Tech. Taking on the floor alongside my colleagues. This is what we came up with during the mini datathon. Yeah, so the issues that basically we had while we're doing this datathon was the missing values. We also had some bit of assumptions into our data sets. And then we also had issues around imbalanced data sets. And then we also had a bit of duplicate instances for our data. So for the missing data, we had several of those instances. But how we handled that is that we managed to drop cases that do not, that probably were not able to meet our expectation in that line. But then most importantly, most of the null values were imputed with the mean value, as we shall see later on. Moving on to the feature considerations. So we also dropped some bit of features that were not necessary for our modeling exercise, like the patient ID. We also looked at the image ID, and then the camera, and then the BMI. So there was an argument around BMI yesterday. Looking at the features, one of our colleagues said that height may not be able to meet expectations as per risk factor, because it's probably constant over 30 years. But then considering weight, someone who is HIV positive might cut on the weight, because probably as a result of the disease. So we decided to drop that as well for our model. Yeah, so the assumptions here that we made was that everyone that received HIV medication was HIV positive. So basically, we also looked at the duplicates for the assumption. Because we had many images vis-a-vis the patients, we decided to consider the patients for our model. And then, yeah, so for for the exploratory data, we looked at the distribution of HIV, rather the age distribution for the HIV patients, and vis-a-vis the status, the HIV score, status score. So we had, that's what basically we're able to pick out from our visualization from the exploratory data analysis. Let's move to the next. So for the correlation matrix, looking at the different factors, what weight did each of the factors have in the data set? And this is what we're able to pick out. We realized that the medics could help us. IOP. Okay, so the DB, diastolic, right? Yeah, so diastolic blood pressure, and then so those are then the age there were some of the features which were prominent for our model. Oh yes, let's continue. So for the matrices, so we had to look at different models, and we realized that random forest and gradient boosting featured well for the different for the different parameters, right? And then also later run a feature. We run feature importance, and then we realized that some of the features were not meaningful or would not make sense to our model, so we basically got them out of this. But then we're also able to run our model, and then which is not here. We're just trying to do the extractions, but we realized that the gradient boosting did a great role in terms of the F1 score and then the AUC. But then later on, looking still at specificity vis-a-vis specificity vis-a-vis sensitivity, it still performed very well for the model, and that's what we basically had for our group. We have all this detail. Unfortunately, we're not able to add it into the presentation. Probably in terms of interest, just in case you're interested, you can pass by our table, and then we can feed you with more of what we had basically through our time of concentration in this project.
We have 2 minutes for Q&A.
All right, so my first question is, I like the assumptions that you made that HIV medications, correct. Missing values and then duplicates. You are looking at HIV prediction among using the Mbarara data set. How many of these did you get per missing values and duplicates, and how did you go about it? Because this is going to help you predict HIV using this data set. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much for the question. For the missing values, we had different approaches. So we did imputation. So this is where we did the mean average, because for our models we realized that we needed the numeric data. So we did imputation. We imputed with the mean values, the overall mean values for the different columns, and then we also basically deleted. At some instances, we did the deletion, especially for the non-numeric data. So we did the deletion of those instances. So there are two things that we took into consideration: the deletion, and then also did the imputation. Yes.
Thank you.
Quick inquiry. Thanks for the presentation. How did you decide or make a decision to choose these models? Was it based on the data, or how was that informed? Thank you.
Thank you. Studying the different models, and after giving us the different, one of the requirements they asked us was to look at accuracy, and the best way to look at accuracy, you have to look at all other parameters. So we just had these different models, and then we had to run the different parameters which are within the models for us to get to come to see the best, as we are seeing random forest and gradient boosting were the best. So I don't know if it's satisfactory.
Okay, thank you. I think, oh.
No, I'm just gonna ask people to listen rather than continue working on your projects, because I think it's unfair for you to continue working on your presentation. But please listen, because there's gonna be a lot of lessons learned from these presentations, as well as questions and feedback.
All right. Thank you so much, team Intel Tech. Let's clap for them as they take their seats. Thank you so much. Next on stage is group 10, Fast and Furious. You're welcome to tell us about what you learned from the Mbarara dataset. And next on deck is going to be group 8, Hypers. So Hypers, be ready. Group 10, Fast and Furious. So all the groups, please bring your presentations here so that we save time.
Good morning, everyone. My name is David Jolly Muganzi. I'm a medical doctor. So this is Group 10, and our approach to the datathon was, we started with getting a shared understanding of what data analysis is, what data science is. Then the clinicians shared an understanding of the different variables in the data set, and then everyone got to know what is going on. So that is what we did for a large part of it. Then from that, we agreed on an approach to analyzing the data, and that was first doing an inspection of the data. We drew a missing data matrix and got to see how much missing data there was. So we found out that there's little missing data, but most of that missing data was the BMI column, which was mostly empty. And then we inspected the types of data. Unfortunately, the server was down, so we can't show the code. But we inspected that. We wrote a function to inspect the data to see which are strings, which ones are numeric, and we found that some had been misplaced. For example, like age had been captured as a string, and so we did that conversion to make the data understandable. Oh yeah, we have this. This was part of the matrices that we did to show the missing data. Let's see how much
So you can see it's only the BMI column that really has missing data. The other columns really have most of the data. And beyond that, that's when we started doing the, we did summary statistics. We were focusing mostly on variables that influence the problems we're looking at. HIV, so we got to know how many males and how many females are in our data set. We see that 60% were males, and then we were looking for the prevalence of the different diseases. We considered, the assumption was that someone taking medication had the disease. So for hypertension, we see that most of the people in this data set were not taking medication, which is at 91%. We see diabetes medication, only 5%, and then HIV medication, which was the thing we're looking at the most, was only at 11%. So from there, we went ahead to see, so this is the to see the distribution by the different demographics. We did by age, by sex, and then we're also looking at the correlation of each of these with the I parameters. So and then after this, the next so unfortunately the server is down, but the next part that we have in our code book is the correlation matrix, looking at what features predict. We're looking at the variable for retinopathy, looking at which features are predicting retinopathy. So after that, we are going back to see those particular features. Then we train the model. Where our approach is to use random forest and XBoost, and then we compare to see which one is working best. Yeah. So we are still working.
I wonder if you can dig a little deeper into what does the age distribution and gender distributions by, or the HIV medication used by age and gender, what do those plots tell you, or what questions do they raise, or sort of where would you go looking at those next?
So, for example, this graph,
Thank you, Fast and Furious. The next group presenting is Group 8, Hypers. Let's applaud them as they come to the stage. And next on deck will be, sorry. This is the team that is presenting now. Hypers, are you ready? Are you ready? Okay.
Good afternoon, good people. This is Davis, I'm representing Group 8, the hypers. So we were assigned to consider hypertension. And our group was assigned a data set which we worked upon to make our findings as we are going to present to you. Excuse me, could you help? So the data set that was given to us, we did some analysis from the data set. We analyzed the missing values. We analyzed what we would best consider to do our findings about hypertension. So, and we considered our key columns to be STN medication, gender, BMI, SBP, age, alcohol consumption, and smoking status of the patients. So we did an analysis on the column for patients on medication, and this is what we analyzed. On that chart you see the blue is for the patients who are actually not taking, and the patients who are taking the medication are on the red. So we went ahead to analyze and find out the percentages. The percentages are those from the patients that were considered, and then the gender analysis from that data. The gender analysis for the females that were taking and the males that were taking. That is, though this chart is not shown very properly from the above, but the red indicates our key for this chart. 1 is for the females and 2 is for the males, and the red is for the males taking, and the red is for the females taking. And there is a cluster of people that we are not taking, which is labeled as NC. So we did an age. Age is a very, when considering hypertension, age versus SBP, which is systolic blood pressure for people below 45 years of age. We consider that cluster, and that is the heat map for the patients. That is the overview of the distribution for those patients. As you can see, most patients lie below 180. So for a bit of time, I will take you about. We trained a linear logistic regression model to predict whether actually a patient is taking medication based on the information that was provided, and that is the model we came up with. And I will give my other colleague to give you a brief overview of that.
In our overview, we used the parameters of age, sex, occupation, and the MBI plus the systolic, and that is what we came up with. So bad 0.9. Thank you.
Thank you. Shall be up for the questions.
Yeah, thank you. That was a very brilliant presentation. My question is, what systolic blood pressure did you use to qualify as hypertension? Because that is going to qualify all the things that you're going to be looking at. Thank you.
It was 140.
140 milliliters of mercury. Okay. So at least that one has to be defined so that we know where we are classifying the hypertension from. Thank you.
I just wonder, and I don't know the answer, and maybe this is something that those who are creating the data set might look into. So when they say they're taking their blood pressure medication, how can you confirm that they're really taking their blood pressure medication and not just telling the doctor that they're taking it, because the doctor would be mad if they're not taking their blood pressure?
So I beg your pardon on that, please. I beg your pardon on that. That's
Yeah, no, so the question, and you don't have to answer it now, but I want you to take it with you. But somehow we need to confirm whether they're really taking their blood pressure medication. Just because they say it, just because someone recorded it, it doesn't mean that they're taking their blood pressure medication. So somehow there has to be some quality check of the fidelity when they say they're taking their blood pressure medication, that they're really taking it. Because that's going to affect when you start modeling these numbers. It's going to, and when you're looking at the impact of blood pressure medications on something else, maybe they just said that they're on blood pressure medication, but they're really not taking them.
all right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Team Hypers. Thank you so much. So the next group to present is Group 6, Alcon. Group 6, let's clap for them as they come to the stage. And next on deck will be Group 4, Hi-Vi. Group 4, get ready. Hi-Vi will be coming next.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, good afternoon. Sorry for the inconveniences and how much time taken. This may sound like an excuse, but we had very few Python experts in our group, but we still managed to come up with something small, and we are bold enough to share it. Our group is Alcon, Group 6, and we were presented with a task to deal with HIV data. Yeah, HIV data. So when they gave us this data, they gave us the data sets, we looked into them, and we were able to check for the missing data, and we realized the BMI data was missing, and yet we actually needed it. According to our analysis, we thought we needed it to analyze the HIV medication data. So we knew that we needed to use the height and the height and the weight to calculate the BMI. So when we got those two data value sets, we tried to clean them. We realized that the height was sort of chaotic. It had both centimeter values and meter values, so we had to find ways of converting the meter values into the centimeter values such that we can calculate the BMI. But then we also tried to deal with values for gender, actually, and we were able to come up with a plot for, representing the HIV medication, people that are taking HIV medication, against the gender, actually, the females and the males that are taking HIV medication. Yeah, somehow we were able to come up with that. And then also we tried to do an age distribution. Basically that's it. But at least we learned how to, that's it. But at least we learned how to deal with the height issue that we had of it having a mixture of actually strings. It had strings in it. It had meter values and centimeters. So it's quite chaotic, but we found a way through, yeah, using some Python code regardless of our inexperience. That is what we managed to come up with. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Okay, well done. Well done, being bold to come up with something, even with your inexperience. And again, the idea was not just about writing code. The idea was to get us together, get talking, learn from each other. The code can always come in time. So you did well. That's my question.
Thank you very much.
I think also on the missing values, like to train this and test these AI modules, there need not to be any gap for the program to run, like for it to run basically, because like there's some part we have not included there. It basically hides that there are some columns which were missing values, so it could not load everything because it shows that in this column there are some missing values, so we cannot run it. And so all that affected us in coming up with our results.
I have a question. Well done. So as a team, what's the next step? What's your plan now with this data?
Well, with this, we expect the data set that we receive, we ensure that we have collected all the necessary data or information that we need to train our modules. Because to train these modules, we need all information. We shouldn't be having missing gaps to help us in training better modules for analysis of this information.
More so on the issues we gave out on the first slide,
we had undescriptive information. So if those columns can be more descriptive to people who are not in health, let's say if she's a developer and she doesn't know IBM, it should be more descriptive.
Yeah, but that's why you need a multidisciplinary team. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Hi-Vi, Team Hi-Vi. Can clap for them until they sit. Until they sit. Until they sit. All right. So the next team on stage is ByteHive. Let's clap for them as they take the stage. And next on deck is going to be Edge AI. So get ready.
Good afternoon. This is Team 1 by type. We were given assignment to work on the hypertension prediction. From the data set that we loaded, the first thing that we had to do was try to understand what we have, and actually we tried to see that in the data set we had missing values, so we had to deal with it. We were using those functions to see the missing values, and the other second line was to see it in terms of percentage. Next. And as you can see, mostly we were concerned about the BMI. It was having 100% of the missing value, like it had none. So in our model building, we had to ignore some of these columns, like the BMI. We ignored it, and also we ignored the file name as well to crop it out, because we assume that it will have like a zero percentage in like a zero contribution in helping to build our model. And also we try to visualize our data to see the distribution that they have, and try to see like what base models can we use. That was trying to see how the distribution looked like. And as we understood our data, we decided to also do encoding, because some of these data sets, for us to train our model, we must be using numerical values. So we had to encode, and then we clean the data. What we did was cleaning the data set, and we were using what they call KNN, that's K nearest neighbor, to try to fill in the missing values for those ones that have the missing values, because find like others have 340 missing values, others have one missing value, so we're considering that one as well. And then after training and doing the prediction, that this was the performance that we are having. The accuracy was coming to 0.997, which is, I believe, is a good performance. And then our F1 score, you can see. Thank you.
I was just commenting that whenever you see a graph like this, you have to be very paranoid because there's almost never a perfect AUROC curve. Christine.
My question is, well, congratulations to the group. It's like, what is the most interesting thing that you think you learned from this experience of being the data?
The most interesting thing I can say I learned about the data, I can say was trying to play, like understanding the data, because our real code, when you log in and see, a lot of some commented stuff, because trying to understand the data was hard for us. I'm just a computer scientist. So at first I was thinking like we had images that we had to play with. So we are bringing in some other libraries that wasn't. But then it like to bring that understanding, and it's today I understand the power of collaboration, because I have to talk to someone to help me understand. Like needs collaboration. So
we're almost there. We're almost there. We're going to the last team. Okay? And the last team has a very cool name. It's called Edge AI. So let's clap for them as they come to the stage. Edge AI. You're welcome to do your presentation.
Right. Good afternoon, everyone. Our team is called AGI. So our problem statement is investigating the relationship between gender and health conditions. An application of this is that the way we're doing this is we are finding a correlation between the different medications. For example, if someone is on HIV meds, hypertension, all those main diseases, the way you have seen the data set that we have, and we try to predict the gender of that particular person. An application is that, for example, if a doctor is entering information in a form, any second he saves without him typing in another field is a patient saved. Now, also another is, for example, if any of you has, like, personally have used Dr. AI, for that AI, you talk to it about a particular condition or the way you feel at that particular moment. But many instances, for a person, let me say you're not feeling great, you don't take time to say I'm a male or I'm a female, but you just describe how you're feeling at that particular moment, all the medications you are on. And there is a very big correlation, like relationship between different genders and the way they're affected by different diseases and what disease they have at the moment and what may come up later on. So what we have tried to come up with is that we just do a correlation-based prediction based on the data we have right at the moment, and we predict and we try to predict that gender in those two ways that you have, those two applications.
sorry, having some small issues.
Sorry for the hold up. We're just trying to access the server so that we can show you the script. Anyway, the server is not loading, but we started by following the possible steps for data analysis. That was analyzing the data, then we had to clean it. We had to check for some inconsistencies and also some missing values. We got some missing values, and how we mitigated them was by dropping those null columns and rows. Then checking for duplicates, we did get some duplicates.
So I think the internet is a bit slow. Might not be in a position to look at the notebook for AJI, but we really appreciate your effort. Thank you so much. Let's clap for them as they take their seats. Thank you so much. Don't feel disappointed. We know that you've done a very good job. So thank you. Yeah, we will look at this later. Thank you. So thank you so much, teams. You can clap for yourselves. You've all done a tremendous job. Actually, I was talking to Dr. Michael right behind there, and he said, we didn't expect this. It means that you did very well. You surpassed our expectations. So thank you so much. You did a tremendous job. So I would like to invite one lady and one gentleman from our participants to give us feedback in 1 minute each about what you've learned, the experience you got from this datathon. And then after that, I'll invite one of the panelists to also give us some feedback, then we'll head out for lunch. So a representative, a lady, who is ready? You just want, all right, you can come in front. And the gentleman, who is ready to give us some feedback. We just want to hear from you. Okay, great. Just 1 minute, 60 seconds, okay?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Aranda Trevor Enoch, and I think the experience I've depicted from this is that united we stand, divided we fall, and now in a nick of time, we can learn what we never knew. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I'm Dr. Mbarara from Chisis Hospital. I'm very excited I was able to make it for this event, and I've been able to meet new friends. I've made friends from Ghana, Kenya, Rwanda, and this has been so nice, and I'm looking forward to attending the next one in November, which they said is going to be in Ghana. Thank you so much, and yeah, thank you all for being here. These are always very nice things. It's good to interact with people. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Martin, can we also ask if there's something that needs to be changed? So we don't want to just know what worked. We want to know what did not work. Like, what do you expect the next datathon to be that is different from what you just experienced?
All right, yeah, that's great, Leo. Someone wants to give us feedback on that? What do you think we should do better? Where did you think we did not do okay?
You will get lunch if you say something.
Thank you so much. Thank you, organizers. Thank you. I think next time we can, the issue of time, it has been so short. Some of us slept working on these things, and it needed a lot of time. So the machine learning is really big.
Good afternoon again. One of my recommendations would be next time if we're like making groups, I would very much appreciate it if we had like an expert in each group, such that it's very easy for us to consult about anything, anytime, like easily. Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, back to you, Martin.
All right, thank you, Leo. So we're going to have a representative from our panelists to give us feedback, and then we can head out for lunch. Anyone who is ready? All right.
Yeah, so for me, it was an amazing experience to be here. I think this is, I don't know, I've been to 6, 7, or even more datathons. It was a pleasure to see the students working hard, and I tried to help one group. Unfortunately, couldn't help all the others. But yeah, I'm very happy to see that they all put this huge amount of effort, and then they come up with like some nice results.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm the only international judge here. The rest are from Uganda. Yes, thank you, teams. For me, I was actually learning from you. Of course, I have my own experiences, but it was good to learn from you, learn from your perception, learn from how you presented, and also how you thought about the variables that were given to you and the methods you try to look for, and also how your teams were trying to coordinate. Even during your meetings or your tables, I was moving around to see how things were going. And I mean, me, I'm really happy that you stayed, because most of the times when there are tasks to do and there are some presentations, people take off. But you guys had the courage to stay. So well done. That is really interesting. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So this is a request for everyone. We would really want you to continue working on the project. And what we have seen in the past is that the teams that form during the datathons, they continue working together for years. And they continue working on other projects, and they continue publishing and learning from each other. And what we also would want, because there's definitely the critique that there's not enough mentors per table. What we would want is to groom you to be mentors. In the next datathons, you will be the expert. You will be the consultant. And unfortunately, we don't have any experts on this data set yet, because it's the first time that we're using it. And I think that explains the sort of the hiccups. But what we would want to happen over the next months or year is that you continue working on this data set so that you become the experts. So that in the next group of people who have never attended a datathon, they will look up to you, and they will hopefully get some guidance so that it becomes more efficient. Because we understand the time is short, but the time one day becomes longer when there's someone who's very familiar with the data set. So you get to do more things. So I think that it's very difficult to extend the time, because it's also more expensive, not just for the organizers, but also for the participants. But what we promise you is that as we have more of these, you become more efficient with the time. As you incorporate people who are familiar with the data sets, the learning becomes more steep. It becomes exponential. So again, we thank you for coming to this really the first datathon, I would think, in Uganda, and maybe even in Africa, where the focus is on understanding the data. I've seen a lot of datathon where they have cleaned up the data, and then they just apply it to create some XGBoost model. And to us, that's irresponsible AI, because the focus should be understanding the data. And rushing in to build models, I think you will kill patients in the end. So I really like what I observed here. This is the way that you build a community around data sets, and I hope that we could replicate this in other parts of Africa. But I would urge you to continue working with each other. You have planted the seed of friendship, of working together. It needs to be watered. It needs to be cultivated. And then as you get to work with each other, I want you to bring your other friends into the group. And now, yeah, you expand the knowledge that you gain so that they are also involved. So this is really more a grassroots movement, because it's not coming from the center. It's not coming from the top. You are fueling this movement. You are really the energy behind what we are doing here. So we hope that you have formed your own WhatsApp groups, that you will continue to talk to each other, share stickers, share GIFs, share papers, because I think this is the way to learn in this new world. Classrooms are no longer going to cut it, unfortunately. I'm sorry, teachers, but we need to be more creative in how to teach something that is moving so fast. So I think WhatsApp is going to be the new classroom, and of course, that can be fortified when you attend more events. And I want you to start organizing events in your own institutions. Like you have experienced this, you now have some ability to actually organize this. And it doesn't have to be big. It could be a small event. It could be 30 people, but make sure that the people who come to your event will also represent different backgrounds and different age groups. I really think that having people from young to old like me is very helpful, because we learn so much more when we do that.
Thank you so much, Leo, and we can clap for our panelists again. I'm going to pray for our food. May God bless our food. You're welcome to have lunch. Thank you.
So I didn't want to submit. I think you answer this question to next week. There are several questions, and there are more. I would advise it to be done in like when you sign up. You have the time to sign up, but then maybe there's a specific page to be updating your profile and try to be updated because I'm not like at the real sign up time because no, at that time we were in a hurry, so I felt like it was necessary to make it simple and fast. Thank you.
Right, so I don't know if everybody heard that, but to try to make the sign up more simple and faster. Thank you for the feedback. Did I capture most of it? Did I capture most of your comment about making it faster and simpler? Yes.
Thank you. So my concern is about the village, yeah? I hear about the village, I logged into the village, I signed up, yeah. But what okay, is it just a virtual village or does the village have an office where we can go and consult or just be meeting people online like virtual friends as no such things?
So I guess the village is everywhere and perhaps nowhere at the same time. So the village is all of us, and the people creating the village are the majority are based here in Mbarara, but members of the village team that are who are creating this are based in. We have what? We have someone who wants to dance? Oh, Adeline. Dr. Boatin, please lead us in a joke.
All right, everybody. So what are the strongest days of the week? Saturday and Sunday, because the rest are weekdays.
All right, that was a good one. That was a good one. Can anybody top Dr. Adeline's joke? Someone must have a joke. Oh, I see a joke over here. Okay, let's see what we can do.
Who is the wisest person you know? King Solomon.
Oh, we got two more over here.
How do you call a magician who has lost his magic? Ian.
I think we had one over here.
In the morning, I walk on 4 legs. In the afternoon, I walk on 2 legs. And in the evening, I walk on 3 legs.
Who is he?
The answer is a human being, and it's depicted from Oedipus the King by Sophocles.
I see, wait, I see another one. It's fine, take your time.
Hi everyone. How do you call a cow that twerks? A milkshake.
Okay, very good, very good. Thank you everybody for the entertainment. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to transition for Dr. Justin to give us a little bit of the magic that goes on when he does some coding. So
some people sort of like think that coding, everything always goes smoothly, but the most common experience is that like in coding, nothing works and eventually you get it to work. So I was hoping I could show you some of the code I've written, but I think the data on the server has changed, so I can only show you the code I've run before. But if you remember yesterday, we were talking about vector embeddings, and maybe I can sort of like just show you the code that I would use to train some models on vector embeddings to do some predictions. So let's see where I have to find it. So the first thing you need to do is like load your data, and I always like sort of, I'm sure some of you will have encountered that in some columns there's like zeros and ones, but some of the ones are actually numbers, and some of the ones are actually treated as a piece of text. So sort of I need to write functions that turn all the numbers into numbers, and if the number can't be, like if it's not actually a number, I turn it into a missing value, so I know that there is no value that I can use there. And then I do some basic data cleaning. So for instance, for the optic nerve, there's also some other columns or some other values apart from zeros and ones, but to keep it easy for to start with, I just say, okay, give me all the images where optic nerve is equals, is exactly 1. And then I also do something that's really important in data science, and that is I split my data into training and testing partitions. So the like in this data set we have people with like most of them 2 eyes, and of some of the eyes we have lots of different images. So when I split the data, I don't split it into some images I use for training, some images I use for testing. I split the data into some patients I use for training and some patients I use for testing. So this is what I'm doing here. I'm getting some IDs that I'm using for training to develop the model, and then some IDs that I'm using for testing to kind of evaluate the model to see whether it would work on new data if we tried to use the model in the real world. So this is kind of what I'm doing here to split the data. And then we talked a lot about vector embeddings. So here I've made a list of columns that I'm interested in. So I'm interested in whether we can predict things related to eye disease, so diabetic retinopathy, or whether the optic nerve is healthy, but then also things like, can we predict whether someone is on HIV or diabetes medication? And all of that will be quite interesting. So I've made a list of some of these columns. And then we also have the feature vectors from a foundation model. So this like little piece of code just defines all the different columns that have the feature vectors. And then I use what's called a for loop. So I tell my code, I have a list of columns that I'm interested in. Please take the first column, call it ycall, like for kind of like the outcome variable, and then fit a logistic regression on that, evaluate it on the test data, and tell me how well it worked. And this is all the code that you need for that. So this CLF is short for classifier, so like a classification model. And I just initialize the model. I fit it to our training data, so all the feature vectors from the training set and the corresponding labels. So whether it's diabetic retinopathy or HIV medication or whether they're smoking. And then I ask my classifier to predict on the test data, like the feature vectors from the test data. And I get a prediction, like a probability for each of the images in the test set. And then I compute what's called the area under the ROC curve. It's like a metric. You can think of it like accuracy. And then the code just prints it out. So the output of that is, so for the optic nerve, we fit the model to some patients and then evaluate it in other patients, and we get an accuracy of around 72%. So not perfect, but a bit better than random guessing. What's actually quite well predicted is what I would call proliferative diabetic retinopathy. So like people that have diabetes and develop an eye disease related to it, and that eye disease has advanced quite a bit. And that also makes intuitive sense. Like the more advanced the disease, the easier we would expect it to be detected by like a doctor or like a machine learning model. There's also some interesting things like, for instance, HIV medication we can detect with an accuracy of 81%. And now, if you remember yesterday from the talk, you always have to ask yourself, can I trust this result? So here I split the data at the patient level. That's already good. That's a like very important thing to do. But I'm interested in whether this is actually sort of a meaningful result. And one thing that I do to check is I ask, okay, what if instead of the feature vectors from the retinal images, I just knew how old someone is and whether they're male or female. So this is what I'm doing here. And then I'm doing exactly the same process as before. I initialize the model and I just fit a very simple linear model with 3 parameters in this case, so a really, really small model. And I look at the performance. And for instance, if we look at HIV medication, with age and sex, we only get an accuracy of 64%, so much lower than what we got from the images. But for some of the other outcomes, like diabetes, actually we get an accuracy of 77%, so quite good. Now, this is quite an encouraging result, and maybe we will say, okay, really cool, like, from just the age of someone, we get like, 60%, but if we use the feature vectors and AI and so on, we get 81%. Does anyone have an idea of why I'm unsure whether I can trust this result and what I might be concerned about? Would you trust this result and say, great, we can predict it from the images, we have solved like an important problem? If I ask a question like that, the answer is like most likely going to be no. So anyone wants to guess why I wouldn't trust this result as it is? So, okay, one thing that I'm worried about is, so we can predict HIV from the feature vectors and get much better performance than if we just had age and sex. So that's a good kind of like sanity check. However, I wonder if in this data set, the images come from different hospitals in different regions, and different regions in the world might have different HIV prevalence. So there might be more HIV in some regions than in others. And then also, here our HIV variable is not actually their true HIV status. The only information that we have is whether they're on HIV medication. So it means that the patient needs to have had access to diagnosis, access to medication, and then of course they also need to remember when we, when they were recruited for the study and asked, what medication do you take? Maybe some patients, are more aware than others what medication they're taking and what it's for. So all of these factors mean that maybe if you knew how old someone is and you knew which hospital they went to, you could also predict HIV with an accuracy of 80%. But that's not actually something that would be useful because it wouldn't generalize to other settings, and it's kind of trivially true. So currently in the data, we don't have that information available for everyone, but when the data set was created, that information is available. So the next step for a result like this would be to check whether if we combine age and sex and the hospital that someone has gone to, whether we get the same prediction, the same accuracy as we can get from the retinal images, or whether actually there is additional information in the retinal images. Because from a retinal image, you can tell quite well how old someone is, you can tell whether they're male or female, and also in a lot of data sets I've worked with, you can tell which hospital they're from. So this is sort of the kind of things where you do some analysis, you find some results, but then you really have to think about what are those results, why have I found them, and sort of can I trust those results. Great, so this is kind of a short overview. If there's any questions, I'm happy to take some, but thank you very much for listening. Any questions, or should we move on to the next part of the program? Okay, just send me an email or...
Yes, you see people walking in and out, The podium is back to its position. We're coming to the end of the event, and I'm glad to let you know that the minister is here. So we're going to host him, and he'll come up with the team. So Martin, make sure that the team walks in with the minister, and we are good to go. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. I urge the students here to always encourage other fellow students to always attend such events. You came, you attended, you're never the same. So I'll appreciate if you bring someone new next time, not necessarily for this event, but for the others to come. Deal? Thank you. Our friends from Ghana, thank you for coming. We hope you've made friends with the Ugandan team. Mention one Ugandan name that you remember, the Ghanaians. Don't say Angela, that one doesn't qualify. A Ugandan name. Ampire. And has she told you the meaning? That she's giving you money. So Ampire, have a handshake with the person, and you better give them money. The other name, Ugandan name, please. Huh? Muganzi. He means that he's your favorite. So Muganzi, are you the favorite? Okay, Kenyans. Where are the Kenyans seated? Those brothers of ours. The Rwandese, people from Rwanda, you are our relatives. Our names look alike. Yes? Rwanda? Anyone from Rwanda? They left. The flight was on, eh? Oh, which flight now? Yeah. Our friends from the US, give us what you've learned from Uganda. They're looking at each other. Yes. Can I have the microphone? Huh? Yes. Oh, thank you so much. Please clap for that. And how many of you would like to go for the exchange program in any of these countries? So our visitors, have you seen that? This side is okay. They don't want, this table is okay. Traveling is not their problem. Huh? You've already been there? Oh, okay, ladies and gentlemen, just in a few, I hope, I need communication from outside. Again. Jedidiah, can you help me find out why? Please bring the minister, Jedi. Don't swell. We thank you all for attending. In no specific order, students have taken the shine, but allow me to appreciate the head of Department Dermatology, Dr. Mlioa Grace, for being with us all through and through. We are taking dermatology to AI, and the next time we are here, we're all getting free skin products. Yes. Which group has presented the interesting topic? Group 8. There are those ones called Fast and Furious. Were they acting a movie? What is Group 8 about? Hypertension of the eye, of AI. Okay. I saw something they say, how do you spell Y-E-S? How do you spell Y-E-S? How do you pronounce it? Y-E-S. Then when you add E at the front, yes. Okay, we are there. My soundtrack team, when the minister is here, we play the anthems and we get started. Hope this time I will not have to sing because I've just heard Blanche. I sent JD to pick the minister. He's not yet here. Ladies and gentlemen, after here we're invited for a cocktail. And anyone below 25, you're not supposed to drink. Please, we have national IDs, so we have to check. Do we have someone called Joranimo Amanya? Please stand up. In 3, 2, come. 1, 2, in 3, 2, 1, go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. The next one you have to dance. Happy birthday, ta la 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 la. It's a happy birthday, ta la 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 la. Happy birthday, ta la 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 la. We wish you a happy birthday. Your first gift is to have a handshake with the minister. Happy birthday. No, we are taking him up here. No, he's coming up here. Honorable Minister, please take a seat. Thank you. I invite my team, the project PIs, Mr. Kagwa, please join the minister. Professor Jessica, Dr. Batwala to represent the university. Please join the minister. Is Professor Jessica nearby? Yes. The birthday boy, join the high table. Yes, it's his birthday. It's his day to shine. Some of you are wishing that it was your birthday. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's stand up for the anthems. Honorable Minister, my apology. The protocol says we start with the Ugandan anthem. Oh, Uganda, may God uphold thee. We lay our future in thy hands. United, free, for liberty, together we'll always stand. Mungu tawamba uyilinde Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, imbajivike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. Please take your seats. Our Honorable Minister, we welcome you to Mbarara University of Science and Technology, and we're delighted that you've spared time to come and support us as Mbarara University of Science and Technology, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Massachusetts, MIT, which is Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and the ophthalmology from East Central and African Association of Africa based in Kenya. Honorable Minister, we've been here for 3 days, and we have had a project that has collected people focusing on AI for health. We have heard people explain the progress of this project, as well as also take on the challenges. We've heard from the different PIs and researchers who have told us about making Africa a global village. We are basing ourselves on the philosophy of Ubuntu, as well as focusing on implementation science. Honorable Minister, without talking for long, I request the PI, Dr. Fred Kagwa, to come and give us a recap of the event, who will later invite the representative of the university, who will invite the minister in that order. And we shall be delighted hearing from you and the donations from government.
Thank you, Angela, the Public Relations Officer for the university, Mbarara University of Science and Technology. On my own behalf, and also on behalf of Mbarara University, where I sit also on top management, I want to officially welcome us to this event at Mbarara University of Science and Technology. Shall I request for a round of applause for everyone who has turned up for this? Honorable Minister and the representatives from government, the different officials from United States of America, officials from Ghana, officials from Kenya, and officials from Rwanda, we are grateful for your presence in this place, and also the local people from Uganda and Mbarara, to be precise. Honorable Minister, this project is under the title of Mbarara University Data Science Research Hub, and it started in 2021. We are looking at improving healthcare by supporting diagnosis of different diseases. We are at the moment looking at 4 diseases, and one is cervical cancer. We want to improve the referral pathways because we have realized that very few people realize that they have cervical cancer, and those that realize it, they realize it at later stages. So we want to improve the diagnosis, and we can recommend earlier interventions. And I think this is better, unless we increase the volume here. So we want to improve the referral pathways to support the women or the girls to have better diagnosis and better treatment. The other is the eye disease or the eye diseases, the retinal diseases. We are focusing on quite many, but so far we are looking at diabetic retinopathy. The issues also in the country, Honorable Minister, is that we have only about 41 ophthalmologists in the whole country, and these are the people who are looking at the 45 plus million Ugandans in terms of support. And these are mostly located in Kampala, and I think Mbarara has about 5 of those. So having these diseases well diagnosed and make recommendations for treatment would require support of other measures that can quicken the screening. The other is the skin disease called dermatitis. It is not so new, not so old, but it affects, I think, mostly the legs and other parts, but the current parts we are looking at are the legs. It is also a challenging disease, mostly in secondary schools. We have seen kids drop out because of this disease, stigma, and so you find children or pupils putting on long stockings to hide the disease, and they are not sure exactly what this is. So we are also trying to improve the diagnosis of this, and then we can have. You are aware that in a year, there are quite a number of women that die during delivery. It's either the woman or it's the baby. So we want to support early diagnosis of these complications and improve health care. We have come from far, and currently we have some already data that researchers will be able to use to find out some of these complications and provide interventions that are going to improve healthcare within the country. First, that is on the academia side, but also we are working together with industry to make sure that we are able to produce devices that are able to work for Africans. A number of devices that are in the hospitals migrated from our partners here, from the US, from the UK, from wherever, and you realize that the population where they have collected the data from to make these tools are not African populations. So we are also trying to leverage what they have done, but on our own data to improve health care. So today marks the second symposium. Last year we had one, which had quite a smaller number of people, and we are just trying to see what needs to be done to improve all that we had planned. Today we've had quite a bigger population of around 250 people from diverse backgrounds, because AI will work well if we have ideas from different backgrounds. So the group you see here, we have different backgrounds: medicine, we have people from business, we have people from social sciences, we have people from computing, we have people from software engineering, we have people from information technology, we have people from biomedical engineering, we have people from petroleum engineering, we have people from all fields, in short. And it gives us joy that we are able to gather all these very bright minds to think about improving healthcare in this country of ours. Honorable Minister, I want to welcome you and also thank the government for the support, because if the government has not given us the ambience through Mbarara University of Science and Technology, we wouldn't actually have this project to run. Every project that runs in the university must be approved from the President's office, and we are very blessed that when the State Minister is here, is actually representing Cabinet, and is here on behalf of His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda. With my fellow colleagues who I've already introduced to you, Professor Jessica and Professor Leo, we are leading this project. They are leading from the US side, and I am leading from the Ugandan side. I would like to see the team members, if they're in here, the one that's are under the project would just stand up so that Honorable Minister can see you. If you are a co-investigator, Grace, I've seen Raymond, please could you just stand up? The team, magistrate team, please stand up. Yeah, stand up for recognition. We have the doctors, the Mollies, it's a summary, the husband and wife from still US, very, very professional ophthalmologists, or they are good in that area. Then we have Professor Connie from Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. We have our sisters here, please. These are very critical. They are supporting us so much in the cervical cancer screening. We have our colleagues from Nairobi, Kenya, very, very close to us. So we have very good ties. Still those, the sister and Amos, very, very crucial in cervical cancer screening. And we have the dermatitis, the dermatologist. I don't know how many dermatologists are in the country, but the number is really low. So that is also a very serious issue. We have data scientists, the pathology. That gentleman is very brave. Where he works, you wouldn't want to know, but you know where pathologists work. It is a scaring area, but we are happy that he's happy to be with us and he's smiling. Others are possibly somewhere in the kitchen. We have Tom Rando here, is a professor, very good also in obstetrics and gynecological issues, and they have really, really been very, very supportive to us. And these different minds are joining up together to support our own solutions. And that is the beauty of this project, that we are looking down to have solutions that can really spur data science within Uganda. And of course, Mbarara University, since it's the University of Science and Technology, we want to take the lead in that. With those so many words, I want to introduce to you that the theme for this symposium was specifically looking at having artificial intelligence rethought about in terms of imaging. We are dealing with medical images or clinical images, but there are issues of bias. We've learned lots of things concerning bias, and every time, everywhere, everything we speak, there is always some bias. I have already biased his speech. So that is that is how good that we have learned. Fostering creative and harmonization in terms of policy. I understand, Honorable Minister, that the country is undergoing development of the AI policy, and it is good that you are at the highest level, and the results from such research or such projects, we would really request that government takes up artificial intelligence or data science research, and of course, not only for have other areas like agriculture, security, lots of these things we are sure will improve if artificial intelligence or data science is taken on. Okay, now I have given a brief about the project. So we're here on Monday. We had lots of presentations, lots of learnings, and yesterday we had start of the datathon, where we're trying to explore what issues are in the data that we have collected, and it is the first African data set on the continent to be looked at and to have such data, and that gives us joy as a project. We are still working on other 3 data sets so that we have 4 or 6 of them in total, and then we shall also still launch these to the researchers and also to the industry to see that they are able to develop tools. So today we concluded in the morning session with some presentations from what the learners or the participants have learned from the different explorations they have had from the datathon, and it was joy. But apart from that, we also have what we call the village. Honorable Minister, if you enroll to the village, you will also be able to get a or even we shall also ask you to pass it on to the cabinet ministers so that we can also make them. And it is a very important platform. It has quite a number of areas still in artificial intelligence or machine learning. We have career guidance, which is a very, very important part for us. And then research mentorship. If you want to do research in different aspects, the mentors are there, and those who want to be mentored are also there. We also look at security, which is part of my other area of study, and we believe that the village is going to gather us. It is not only for Africans, but it is for the whole world. If you have used LinkedIn or Tinder or whatever, such platforms, this is quite unique because it is going to support real life and real time kind of mentorship. That is also part of what we are working on, and it is led by Professor Jessica, just right on your left. And we believe these are things that are really building up data science in the country. So right now I want to bring you up to speed. Where we have reached is inviting Professor Batwala, who is the head of the Directorate of the Research and Graduate Training, where also monitors the grants that are happening within the university, that are moving, how are they working, are they okay, and etc. So I will invite him to invite you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kagwa. Honorable Minister, allow me to stand on the protocol that has been established by the principal investigator, Dr. Kagwa Fred. I bring you regards from the Vice Chancellor, a member of top management. Honorable Minister, we are delighted to have you here this afternoon. Actually, we've been waiting for you since we got the news that you are coming, and you are now here. Members, clap for him. This is the second symposium of this nature in Uganda, and I believe, as Dr. Kagwa said, is it in Africa? Africa? Okay. This symposium is timely because, as you have heard, you have seen, many institutions are coming up with programs of data science and artificial intelligence. When I put on my TV, I see universities advertising masters in data science, masters in artificial intelligence. So I believe this symposium is timely for us. And as the PI said, we have covered a lot of issues, a lot of information, including the various diseases that he has mentioned. And in your research, when we are collecting information, actually, before we start, we can start with the bias. Before we start. So along the research process, we are encountering different types of bias that we have covered here. I've listened to you and talking about bias. We can have bias at the selection stage, selection bias, information bias during data collection. And then there's what we call social disability bias, telling you what you think is the right thing, or what is ethically acceptable. That is also a bias. And then we have known that there is a way we can control all these biases in a research process, or in the way we are going to manage our patients as we use the advanced technologies that we have seen. This is not my day, Minister, and I want to stop here and allow me to invite you and give your opening your remarks. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name's Kabyanga Godfrey Baruku. I'm State Minister for Information, Communication Technology, and National Guidance. So I bring you greetings from my Minister, the Honorable Dr. Chris Variumusi, MP, who was actually supposed to have opened this symposium, but was engaged in other state duties and delegated me to open it. But unfortunately, Monday's cabinet day, I also didn't make it. But we agreed with the organizers that I'll come today, and I made sure I come. Let me stand on the observed. I know when you are talking to lecturers and students, you have to be very careful because they are used to marking. So every time they're marking him, because their work is to mark. So you have to be very careful. I can easily mess up the protocol. So let me stand on the protocol already observed, but in a special way, I welcome all our brothers who are coming from outside Uganda, that you are welcome to Uganda, and I think we can clap for them. And please, before you go back after the closure of the symposium, ensure you move around the country. You move west, you will go to where I come from. I come from the Rwenzoris. And why I'm short is because I come from the highest point of Uganda. So God had to compensate me to come from the highest point, and I see all Ugandans down when I'm up there. So please, before you go back, ensure you go west. It's only 2 hours drive. You will meet a lot. Rwenzori Mountains, which is snow-capped throughout the year, and Queen Elizabeth National Park, and other national parks, Chibale and Virunga in Congo. So you're welcome to Uganda. And let me also thank Mbarara University of Science and Technology and congratulate you on organizing this symposium. We can also clap for them. As you are all aware, Mbarara University of Science and Technology is a project of His Excellency President Yoweri Museveni. And he started it basically to promote science. And he has always complained that when he told you to come for science, you brought in other things like ours. You brought in now political science and whatever. And he has actually warned you several times, you need to go back to only science. I'm happy that now you have started. But this symposium now, this symposium is actually the real thing why the president set up Mbarara University of Science and Technology. So I'm very happy that now you are answering his call and you are spearheading artificial intelligence. It is therefore a great privilege to address you today at the second AI for Health Data Science Symposium at Mbarara, University of Science and Technology. The theme of this symposium, re-imaging artificial intelligence, mitigating bias, fostering creativity, and harmonizing policy for equitable AI in Africa, resonates deeply with the challenges and opportunities we face in the healthcare today. Artificial intelligence, with its potential to enhance human intelligence, solve complex problems, and improve lives, stands of healthcare revolution. We must be mindful of the ethical considerations, biases, and challenges it brings, especially in low-resource settings like Uganda. AI is advancing at an unprecedented pace, and we must recognize that no single entity can address the complexities, and ethical dilemmas AI presents alone. The heart of this discussion centers on the issues of bias. AI systems are only as effective as the data they are trained on. And unfortunately, many of the databases are inherently biased. You know, AI, people are looking at AI as probably the magic bullet. But they have also failed to understand that actually AI processes huge data. And that data is not collected by AI. That data is collected by human beings. For instance, my village, where I come from, 4 people died today. And I don't think AI knows that 4 people have died in my village today. 2 died of a motor accident, and 1 died of cancer, and 1 died while delivering. But AI doesn't know. Even if you go there and ask how many people died in Kabyanga's village, AI will not tell you. But someone somewhere has to put that data on the system so that AI can be able to process that data. But now people look at AI as the alpha and omega. And then some people are totally scared about what? AI. If you hear people talking about AI, now we who didn't do computer science, you even get confused. Because you just think it is something very, very complicated. And it is something that will solve the world's what? Problems. And some of us are scared completely. But let me tell you that AI is a double-edged sword. It's like an axe. It can be used to cut meat, and you eat the meat. But it can also be used to murder someone. That's how we should look at what? AI. And I'm very happy that you have also realized that there are biases somewhere. So therefore, if we know there is bias already, we should trend carefully. And I'm happy that all the brains have gathered here to discuss all these biases, and more especially on health. But obviously, we shall also need it in agriculture. We are now using it in defense. We are now using it in all other sectors. But you are the people now who can guide us properly, and I'm very, very optimistic that from here you are going to give us a very wonderful report. So if left unchecked, such a biases can make worse existing health disparities and disproportionately affect the most vulnerable communities. Therefore, we must ensure that AI benefits everyone, not just a privileged few, and that we work towards equitable AI solutions that are inclusive and human-centered. And here the issue is equitable AI solutions. But let me also tell you that equity favors the vigilant. Equity favors the what? The vigilant. So if we are not vigilant, if we don't come here and start discussing AI and looking for solutions, this equity will not be what? Achieved. So I'm very happy that you are here as the vigilant and to look for equitable AI what? Solutions. So I'm really very, very happy with that. As we strive to unlock the benefits of AI in healthcare, we must also safeguard against its potential to cause harm. Capacity building in AI is crucial, and initiatives like the Mbarara University Data Science Research Hub are leading the way in developing data-driven solutions for healthcare in Uganda. And I think that's why I'm saying you are now answering the president's call. Mbarara University of Science and Technology is supposed to lead us in every science, innovation, and initiative, because that's why you were created, to concentrate on that. And most of the countries which have developed and have developed very good solutions, they have very powerful universities. I have been a friend to South Koreans even before I joined the cabinet. And I have gone to South Korea several times. And when I look at what they are now and what they were 1962, because we gained independence in 1962, but we were near at the same level of development with South Korea and other tiger countries. But now they are far. But when you look at why they have advanced, it's just human capital. They have utilized their universities. Universities have come up with so many innovations, and they have commercialized them, they have developed them and commercialized them, and now they are making, the economy is moving at a supersonic speed, even when they don't have resources like we have. If you go to South Korea, 70% of the whole country is a rock, but also 70% is a forest. They have planted the forest on a what? On a rock, because of technology. And they don't have oil, but they are the biggest exporters of what? Of petroleum products. They import, purify, and export. So technology, all that is technology. But they have used their universities to make those improvements. And therefore, I would like to commend Mbarara University of Science and Technology for this initiative. And as government, we are going to support you. So, in collaboration with the renowned institutions like Mint and the Massachusetts General Hospital, with partners like PLOS, Digital Health, Mint, Clinical Data, College of Pathology, that one, of East and Central and Southern Africa, in Kenya, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology in Ghana. All these are initiatives which we really welcome. And we thank all these institutions for collaborating with the Mbarara University of Science and Technology. MUDSREH is working to revolutionize data science research in health with tangible impacts for Uganda and Africa at large. I would also like to take a moment to acknowledge the able leadership of Mbarara University of Science and Technology, including the Vice Chancellor, Professor Vyakika Pauline Kiwika, the University Secretary, and the Deputy Vice Chancellors. Please thank you for all these initiatives. We are very proud of you as government because you are moving in the right direction. Their visionary stewardship in fostering research, innovation, capacity building in AI is vital in ensuring that Uganda remains at the forefront of technological transformation in health and beyond. The leadership at MAS has made tremendous strides in advancing AI and data science research, and we take great pride in your efforts. The need for AI and data science in Uganda is urgent. Our healthcare system faces significant challenges, including limited resources, a shortage of skilled workers, and a rising burden of diseases like cancer, diabetes, infectious diseases. I don't know, I think I would like the university to look at cancer. I am worried. Now nearly every week, more than 40% of the people who die in our villages die of cancer. I don't know what is happening. Either it's lifestyle or something else, or the food we eat. So I would like Mbarara University of Science and Technology to take serious concern on the rising deaths of what? Of cancer. I was at the Cancer Institute last week, and the situation is terrible. So many patients. I think there is a problem somewhere that we need to seriously investigate. AI offers an opportunity to address these challenges by improving diagnostic accuracy, enhancing treatment planning, and organizing resource allocation. The World Health Organization's projection that Africa will account for nearly half of the world's disease burden by 2030 underscores the urgency of adopting AI in healthcare. At the same time, we must be cautious in our approach. AI is not a magic solution. We must be mindful of data privacy concerns, algorithm bias, and assuring equitable access to AI-driven healthcare solutions. Developing policies and frameworks for AI requires collaboration among diverse stakeholders, governments, academia, industry, and the public, so that AI works for everyone, not just for a privileged few. Probably I would like to inform you who are at this symposium. There are so many big players who are not interested in any policy framework. And I was in Ghana recently. It was a tug of war. I was also in Morocco. It was also a tug of war. There are some big players who have the money that don't want any policy framework on AI. And they have the money, and they are really influencing decisions. But as Uganda, we are not going to accept that. There must be some policy framework so that AI is well organized. and we are doing that. But you should also, when you are, as a university, when you're working with that, you should know that. I'm happy that for you have recognized it. But you should know there are big players who will not go with you. And they have money. And they can influence decisions, but not in Uganda here. The government of Uganda is committed to supporting the integration of AI in healthcare and other sectors. Through the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, we are working with stakeholders to develop a national AI strategy that will guide the responsible adoption of AI. The strategy aligns with Uganda's broader vision of digital transformation, ensuring that all Ugandans benefit from the opportunities AI offers. Through initiatives like the Digital Uganda Vision 2040 and the National ICT Policy, we are laying the groundwork for a future where AI is central in Uganda's healthcare ecosystem, improving service delivery and accessibility. Looking ahead, it is clear that AI will be one of the most transformative developments in healthcare. However, we must ensure that its integration is guided by principles of equity, inclusivity, and transparency. AI must not be reserved for the privileged, but serve all people regardless of their socio-economic background or geographical location. And that's what we are aiming at as Uganda. That's why we want to come up with very good policies, strategies, and some legal framework under which AI should operate. We might be appointing an AI task force probably by end of March. We shall have it in place. We are still consulting stakeholders so that now it is that task force that is going to advise us on formulating and processing the policy and other legal frameworks that are needed to ensure AI doesn't leave any region and any person behind. In conclusion, I call on all stakeholders, governments, academia, private sector partners, and civil society to collaborate in building a vibrant ecosystem for AI in healthcare. Let us be bold in our vision, but cautious in our approach. And I think that's the catchword. We'll be bold in our vision, but cautious in our approach. Because if we are not cautious, AI is double-edged. It can finish us. If we are not cautious, it can murder or it can develop the economy. So we have to be very, very cautious in our approach. But I know with you, the technocrats, we shall be very, very cautious. By working together, we can harness the power of AI to improve healthcare outcomes, mitigate biases, and ensure that benefits of this revolutionary technology are felt by everybody, everyone, and everywhere. I thank you, and I look forward to fruitful discussions, innovative ideas, and strengthening partnerships. And I expect that at the end of the symposium, you're going to share with us your report, because it's our mandate to ensure everyone really enjoys the benefits of this symposium. Whether it is in health, whether it's in agriculture, it is the ICT sector which coordinates everything which is connected to AI. And what I can assure you, that we are ready for it and we welcome it. But we have to be very cautious of the approach. And here I know you are very, very cautious of the approach. And most of these countries which were here, they're already ahead of us. They are already ahead of us, some of them. There are some we are ahead of them. But let us share experiences so that we can come up with a very, very good document. I wish you all the best, and those ones who are still here, Please, I wish you good deliberations. Just as I started, those ones who are coming from outside the country, please move around and assure you visit everywhere. Mbarara is a very good place at night. You can always visit there and leave there some few dollars so that the people can also be happy. When you go back to Kampala, Kampala is also a very beautiful town. One thing that we have managed to do as a country and our president is to ensure there is security. We are very, very secure. We can fail in other things, but security we don't fail. We can fail to give everybody money, because I know everybody will say, you know, the pocket is dry. But even when the pocket is dry, at least you are safe. And we have a liberalized economy. You people have come here. You can come and invest in AI here, because it is still virgin. It is still a virgin space. So you can come. We have a liberal economy. We shall welcome you and ensure we give you security to do your work. At least that Museveni is the best person as far as security is concerned in this world. The best. I wish you all the best. And those of you next year, you can vote him for that. Even when you don't want him for other things, you can vote him for what? For security. I thank you, and please, I wish you all the best.
A round of applause for the minister. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister, for attending this event. And we're really humbled. As I'm giving a few remarks, I request some of the ushers to come and take down the podium. This when the minister has used it, I can't use it again. Unless I'm going to be a minister. Will I? Okay, I'll go up. No, it's for the moment. Honorable Minister, there are a few people I would like you to meet, and I would like to recognize in no specific order. I don't know why he didn't take his seat. We have Professor Connie Tony. You know, he looks like Kofi Annan, so you are supposed to sit up there. My apologies. Please come and have a handshake and take the greetings to Ghana. Yes. Honorable Minister, as he's coming, I'd like to share box with the sword. God. Yes, please take the seat next to Professor Jessica. They're requesting for Honorable Minister to do the handshake with Professor Jessica. Professor Jessica has supported Mbarara University since 2008. She has always sponsored our students, taken them for exchange programs. Thank you so much. Honorable Minister, within us, we do have notable students. One of them was the birthday boy, but allow me to recognize a few students. We have Jedediah. Please come and have a handshake with the minister. Jedediah participated in the national quiz, and the questions he answered most were about Greek mythology, literature, and yet he does AI. And then movies, music. Go and have a handshake over there. And you'll pay me for that photo. Yes, we do have anyone campaigning? Honorables? Yes, we do have the President of Obstetrics and Gynecology with us. Dr. Rogers Kijabwangu, please come and have a handshake with the minister. Yes, those are the people who do cervical cancer screening. I don't know whether the team is here. Brenda, who is Brenda here? Dr. Brenda? Dr. Rogers being the president of the Obstetrics and Gynecology team, I welcome him here with us. And we have one girl, lady, Who can come, please? Come and have a handshake. Oh, Badak. That is a moment you can never steal away from Kutes. She has taken up the shade. Oh, Abadak. Eh? She didn't wait for me to finish. Oh. Yes, we do have Mr. Gustavus with us from UICT. He's our partner too. Please stand up for recognition or you have a handshake with the minister. Yes, we're going to have photo moments. And ladies and gentlemen, allow me to ask the hub team to come forward. Hub, the entire team of the hub. And from there we have 8 groups, Honorable Minister. The students would like to have selfies with you. So the hub team, please come forward. Dr. Waswa, Mr. Mwavu, people in the hub, please come. Honorable Minister, these are the people behind the success of this event. I don't know where Dr. Waswa is. With permission from your bodyguard, I request they stand behind you. I've searched them, they have no weapons, and they are safe. Please go behind the minister for this photo moment. Honorable Minister, our request is support the girl child in ICT. All these guys going up there, there's no lady coming. Please hurry up. Oh, that is quite a guy, you guys. Yes. Aha. Please balance, and we have that photo moment. The hub team. Martin, I'll request you at the end. Busa in the middle. Dr. Waswa at the end. Yes, Honorable Minister, these are the people behind. Okay, the success of this event. We have the PIs and all that. Please don't cut out anyone. I'm not ready to explain. I welcome the team from Ghana to come and meet our minister. The team from Ghana. How this? Oh, the Ghana team. Yes, they are neighbors to our Ogao, so we shall greet them with Oga Igwe. Honorable Ministers, they are taking the photo. I would like to tell you that we're waiting for one more. The Ghanaians are still coming. They innovated a machine that tracks corrupt people. No, not them. No, I'm telling a story, not the Ghanaians. Yes. So when that machine was taken to Europe, it grabbed 100 of people who are corrupt. When it was taken to their country in Ghana, it got thousands and thousands of people who are corrupt. I'm creating smiles for you. Why are you holding your lips? So they said Ghanaians are corrupt. When they brought it to Uganda, the machine was stolen at the airport. Let's have any other country. I need ushers here to help me. Ushers to take out the middle seats. We're creating bigger photos. Can I have volunteers to come and remove the stands? The photo is becoming wide. Remove the stands. They are creating bigger spaces for me to miss out. You can put them at the back, and we squeeze the chairs in between. Don't show what's down. So after volunteering, why did you carry it like that? They have seen that it's a box behind. So please take the photo, the people who have volunteered. Then the volunteering team, the students who have volunteered during this event, you're next. The guy behind the minister is excited. He can't even stop smiling. It's okay, it's okay. It's okay. This one is quite a guy. Okay, thank you so much. The team that has volunteered, the timekeepers, all those, please come. You're coming. All of you are going to take a photo. Yeah, please come. Come, come. I know how to arrange you. Okay, dear students, we can go up to here. And by the way, we mopped this place. We can also sit here. Me, I'm telling you, it's secretive. You come and sit here, some of you. Thank you. Sit here. Sit up to here, this whole line. The ladies, you don't sit here unless you're seated like me. Yes, thank you. You can sit. Me, if I were you, I would sit down here. It's more comfortable. Yes, those with expensive shoes, thank you for showing us. Straighten your legs. Okay? Okay, smile like students. Cheers! Show me your political party. Mbarara minister, Mbarara. Where? Okay? Okay, now. Where? So let me have team 1, team 2, team 3. Come take a photo. Team 1, team 2, team 3. Hurry up. I'm going to the next team. Team 1, team 2, team 3. But now my minister is in trouble. People are running just to be behind him. Okay, are we there? Remember the places we used? No. I'll give you a moment. Okay. Can we fit? Let's stop there. I'll do the next photo. Let's stop there. You will not be seen. Stop there, please. Stop there. Okay, smile for the camera. So let's wait for the next photo. Yes. Okay, smile for the camera. You can join the next photo if you don't mind. Yeah. Don't cover anyone. Yes. You can bend in like this. It's a photo. We can. Yes. Okay, smile for the camera. 1, 2, 3, pull something from the air. Yeah! The next ones. Go next. Okay. The next team. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mwanagwe, vayo. You go back and sit, okay. Do you have a good phone? Take a selfie with the minister. Take a selfie. Huh? Who does that? Banange, hurry up the next team. Can I add team 4 and 4? Team 4? Team 4. Banange, will you ever explain? Take that photo. But John, help me take that photo. Selfie with the minister. Guys, use the sitting place. Come here. This is the best seat. Come. Okay. Please take a photo. Smile for the camera. Okay, the people seated, take a selfie. Honorable. Okay, 5, 6, come forward. Banange. I'm seeing people running, they can't fit even where they're passing. Honorable Minister, these are ladies in technology. How did they choose themselves to be in one group? Faster. Yeah. The other one has. The minister is in trouble. People are just boxing to be behind him. You've refused to sit here. Okay. Extend there, please. Come here. Yes. Wama, you have a nice phone. I tell you, are in a court, you're next to the minister, basically. We are sorted. Seven, eight. You're going to steal the shine. 7, 8. Which team are you? Okay. JD, you had to come back. Oh, please stand there. Honorable Minister, he broke his leg while playing rugby. It was not rugby. JD, you're the one who tackled him. He broke his leg while playing chess. Okay, smile for the camera. Selfie with the minister. Selfie with the minister. No, you smile for the phone has refused battery low. I die. Battery low. Are the teams finished? Hey. Which one? 9, 10. Because 9, 8, 10, that's why we had forgotten 9, because 9 had eaten 10. How will they fit? Minister is in trouble. Trouble. Selfie. Be doing the selfie. We are going to do 2 photos at this rate. Let's do 2 photos at this rate. Can we fit? John, are they okay? Okay. Smile for the camera. We shall do the selfie moment later, don't worry. Smile for the camera. Dear Ghanaians, okay, they want their moment. They are saying they're not being seen, okay? Okay. Smile for the camera, guys. Pose like compasses. Banana like this. Me, I don't want problems. Okay. Next team, please. Let's finish up. Okay, selfie moment. Okay, it's there. John, take the selfie moment, people. Take. Okay, do the selfie. But now you're making the minister looking techno. Okay. Smile for the camera. Me, I told them they don't know. Move forward. Ajat, I'm teaching you Kwetega. You don't know this thing. Smile for the camera. Dear Ghanaians, this is our political sign. Do like this, everyone in the picture. Well, okay. Ajat, what did you do? Which sign did you use? Hey. And you're putting on red. You're confusing us. Okay, can I request Dr. Chimera, Waswa William, Mr. Mwavu, the core team basically. In 1. Martin, where are you? Chimera, Martin. Please hurry up. Brenda is gone. Where's the Mukosa president? I just said, where is he? I didn't say anything. Where's the engineering president? Which president? We have which president? No. Mukosa, engineering. No, I didn't send Tunga Mo Association. I said, okay, let's do that close-up photo. Vayo, Mbanene. We are going next. Vayo. No, he's going there. Now we Vayo. No, this photo is core. This is the core team. Waswa is not there. Now the presidents come. If you don't fear that the president with the minister, which association is that? Nkoba Zambogo, no. I said Mukosa, Muwesa, please go if you're president. We don't mind the association. Over which one is this? We used to have Mustfa, Mbarara University Flukers Association, and it had a president. Which associations are these, Mazima? Onoyete Gaye Momani. Okay. Which president is this one? Chess. Okay. Let's wait for the chess president. Okay. He doesn't rest. Don't knock the minister. Orieteze in the photo. The finger is up there. Okay, everyone have a photo moment with the minister. Honorable Minister, I request that you shake hands with the presidents and take the handshake to the president himself. The president of the nation, not any other president. Ha, ono yeye teka. Please have a handshake with the minister. Wait for the photo. Oh, you're Yari Mani. Next president, please. Next president, please. Mulinera biramwe. Now, which president are you? You tell us the association. Mbo projection president. Next. And that one I know. Yes, he's the president of the Medical School Association. Now he's like soda. Every event he's there. The president of Engineering Association. Tochisusa Bebe. The president of class presidents. The president of class presidents. The president of the Flukers Association. I request for one more photo. Dr. Mlioa Grace, the head of department, who has been with students the whole day, took down all his chepes. Please have a handshake with the minister. Just one more photo. A photo with the MC of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask the minister to declare the conference closed.
Once again, I would like to thank all participants for enduring all these days for this symposium. And by the power vested in me by the MC, I now declare the symposium closed.
Thank you very much. I know it's very hard to speak when the guest of honor has already spoken and closed the event, but I would love to thank you all for coming. And the next event is a cocktail. So you are all welcome at the poolside, but act responsibly. Do not cause accidents. The next thing, those that love selfies, you can take the minister just next to our photo booth, and take a selfie that we shall use to trend on the internet. Honorable Minister, I humbly request you to take more photos with your with your people. Yeah. Thank you very much.